Hi everyone, Dr. S here. We're going to talk today about True North and Major Definite Purpose. So let's go ahead and jump in. So this is a big part of what we do with part of Idea Grit, discovering you on purpose. And so these are fundamental ideas for us to be able to provide direction for yourself and connect that to the work that we're doing with entrepreneurship and innovation and making change happen. So let's take a look at how this goes. So what is True North? True North is your guiding star for your life's journey. It is this metaphor for being able to understand that you can find purpose and that purpose can be a guide for you as you design your life going forward. So let's look into this a little bit more. When you start out your life, you have 360 degrees worth of choices. You have all sorts of things that you could choose to do in terms of who you become, the impact that you have or not. And so you have choices. And so when you're relatively young, you want to do something to kind of narrow this down. You do that through active exploration. Now, in your active exploration, you might travel, you might experience different people, you might try different things out. And what that naturally does is it starts to create a zone where you say, my true north is somewhere in here. We know it's somewhere in there, but we're not exactly sure. But as you travel forward in your life, you will start to narrow in on where that actually might be. So you might at first think it's over here, then over here, and eventually it gets dialed in, and eventually you find that it's right there. And so let's take a little bit of an example of what this might actually look like. And in our practice, what we do is we try to name it. And we try to name it with some different statements regarding specific areas of our life. So let's take a look. And I'm going to do this by giving you examples of my own. So for me personally, what I do is I've created 3 different statements about my true north. And that true north for me has probably changed 4 or 5, 6 times over the course of my life. And I'm about halfway through, I'm 51. And so yours, of course, should naturally adjust and change, but it's always kind of been in this realm for me. And so overall, my big, giant true north is just manifesting my authentic self. That's actually a relatively recent thing that I've added in, because what I realized was there was still an underlying thing that I'm trying to say, who am I really, and how can I bring that out into the world in order to be able to have the sort of life that I want as well as the impact that I want to have. The second part is then breaking it in between life's work and life's play. Life's work is the work that you do, and it's basically work, right? And most of us are going to work unless you have had a chance where you've just been dumped with piles of money and lots of people taking care of you. So work is a huge, important part of our life. So we want to get that right. But we also have life's play. And that's the side that goes with life's work and rounds out a really amazing, well-balanced, and flourishing life. Now, what's interesting is that they're related. The overall life's work and life's play are related because what you have is a whole bunch of things built on values. Now, these might be values in terms of character values or things that you value, but for me, these 3 different statements represent what I find to be really important. So the question for you is, what's your true north? And in the second video, what we'll do is we'll go from thinking about what our true north might be to this concept of a major definite purpose, or what you're doing right now in order to be moving on the path toward that true north in their navigation of designing your life. So check it out.